We're live.
We're currently live. Hi, humans of the internet. Thanks for joining us. Welcome once again to another episode. Briannah, what are you doing?
I'm shaving my peaches. I like them pretty hairless.
You like your peaches hairless?
Yeah.
So you don't like any fuzz on your peaches whatsoever?
No.
Really?
Not into it.
You always like your peaches as hairless as possible?
I always shave my peaches before eating them.
It's so funny because I actually brought in some kiwis today, and I was going to shave my kiwis. So, like, just out of curiosity, if you were going to shave these kiwis, you'd shave them pretty bald?
Oh yeah, pretty bald, like hairless.
No hair?
No hair at all.
That's funny. I like to keep a little bit of hair on my kiwis, just for posterity.
To each their own.
To each their own, I guess. It's funny because I'm kind of curious. Do all of your girlfriends like their peaches and kiwis without any hair on them?
I guess it really depends on the girl. To each their own. Different strokes of shaving for different folks. But
right.
Some prefer them a little hairier, some with a little sprinkle, and then others completely hairless.
Would you ever wax your peaches?
I don't think that I would ever wax them.
Okay.
I don't think that I would.
Because you're using a straight razor there and some shaving cream, so it's pretty intense what's going on.
It's a little bit intense, but it's the most efficient way to do it.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's, I guess it does depend on the girl or guy. It depends how you like your kiwis or your peaches. Hi, guys. And scene. Take a bow, Briannah. Welcome once again. We're live from AskMen headquarters, as ever. I'm Mark, and with me, as per usual, is Briannah. Hi, Briannah.
Hi, what's up?
Can I get a high five?
Yep.
GuyQ Live high five. Nice contact. It's GuyQ. You can ask any question you want, and we answer it. The experts at AskMen answer your questions. You guys at home, if you have answers to the questions, you can go ahead and answer them as well. It's nice. It's an online Q&A forum. Sharing is caring. Doesn't matter what your questions are. If they're about sex, grooming, dating, fitness, we run the gamut. How much cough syrup you want to chug before a speed dating event. What kind of suspenders to wear while you're hunting unicorns. What kind of trans fats to double up on when you're prepping for a thumb war. And of course, how to style your hair like the incomparable George Takei. You heard me. Those are important questions. And we answer them. We do it live, we do it on Facebook, we do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If this is the first time joining us, thank you so much for being here. Please get your thoughts, ideas, and comments ready. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, take 15 minutes, however much time you have.
Yeah.
Because what you want is you want to learn something. You want to learn some information. If you don't know what GuyQ is or where to find it, that's okay because Briannah knows.
You're going to go to the AskMen website, askmen.com/answers, or if you're with us on Facebook, don't forget to hit the live subscribe button so you know every time that we're going live, as we are right now.
Right now, we're live.
We're live.
Any questions you have, by all means, toss them out. We're going to read those comments in a second. The real question today, and we want you to get your thoughts and questions ready, is, how much manscaping should you be doing? It's right there you can see it right there in the how hairless does she, sorry for reaching, Briannah. How hairless does she really want you? Manscaping 101. We're going to cover it. We're going to ask the ladies out there to get their questions ready. Guys out there, get your ideas, thoughts, and feelings ready. We want to know, are you hairy as fuck? Have you given up on manscaping? What else?
Do you shave everything?
Do you shave everything?
Like all of it?
Do you go bald? Do you just go flint, like neck down, hairless? Or whole thing, eyebrows gone, whole thing. That's a look, I guess, maybe in some goth circles or some fetish angles. And ladies out there, please tell us what you like on your man. And men, tell us, we'll get to it later, what you like on your women. But that show is a little bit of a different show. We can get to that. But the real issue today is, men, we're going to tell you how much manscaping you should or shouldn't be doing. And please tell us your horror stories.
We also want to know, has manscaping or lack thereof ever been a deal breaker for you?
This guy.
Is it something that totally grosses you out? Is it something that, is a must? We want to know your answers or your feedback.
Right. Like if you go home with someone and the clothes come off and it's like, fucking Yeti.
And it looks like they're still wearing clothes.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, take your shirt off. You're like, no, I just did.
I just did.
No,
Joke's on you.
Okay, take your shirt off.
Yeah,
no, but I
a
did.
little bit.
Please take your shirt off. I did. I feel like, have you been reading my diary again?
A little bit.
Yeah.
You have to stop keeping it in plain sight.
Well, listen, there's an honor system here, Briannah, and if you're not going to honor it, then I don't know why we work together as closely. Maybe I've misjudged you.
So sick of your shit, Mark. So sick.
You're sick of my shit. You're sick of my shit. The real question today is from an anonymous reader who asks, "What should I do about my pubic hair?" Question mark. It goes on to say, "While trimming yesterday, I accidentally took off too much off the top, and it looked pretty stupid. I texted my GF and asked if I should just take it all off, and she said yes, so I did. Now it looks really weird to me, like I'm a child. I told her, and she said, there's no way my dick could look like a child, LOL. By the way, Anonymous, I just want to stop here and thank you so much for making all think of a child's penis. Well played. It's disgusting. I feel sick to my stomach. And that she actually prefers it with no pubic hair, she said. So this guy's girlfriend prefers the completely gone thing. Today, we're going to have sex, but when she took off my underwear, I felt so embarrassed, I lost my erection. Now I have lost all sexual confidence in myself, but I want to leave it shaved because that's how she prefers it. What should I do? Please help. I mean,
It's a pretty serious issue.
it's kind of a big deal.
You know, because now, you're risking your whole sex life if you're feeling a little bit self-conscious about it.
Well, it comes down to the balance of like what you feel good doing, how you want to present yourself.
And like a balance between what your partner prefers and also what makes you feel confident. And
This is it. And
what you need to get the deed done.
Right, and like it's not just, he's talking about balls, he's talking about the peach pouch, but the whole thing matters, you know what I mean? Like if someone was like, oh, I really want you to shave your beard off,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, but I like my beard, I grew it because I like it, I'll
This is
shave it
why-
off when I'm ready, you know what I mean? I'll do it because I want to do it, not because, I might trim it, or I could be open to that, but like, you get into a weird area where just like, but it's like vice versa. Like if a guy, like let's say, I don't know what's going on in your nether regions and I'm not prime, but should you have something going on that like some guy didn't like and he was like, hey, can you either grow it, go native, or shave it all off? Wouldn't there be a part of it that's like, well...
You know what? I feel like facial hair, like in your case a beard, is very different from other, hair, and because it's less common. There's more of a problem when it comes to other regions of the body, usually.
Yeah.
And it usually plays into hygiene a little bit.
Okay.
So when, hygiene is obviously very, very important. It's nice to know that you're caring enough to take care of yourself. Show a little bit of incentive, show a little bit of effort. I think that's what's important.
A little cleanliness is nice. So if I ask you straight up, so manscaping, you for it?
100%.
100% for it.
100%.
I am too. I'm a furry human. I need to manage my chestal, stomachal, all the regions, dorsal fur, the whole thing. I got to manage it. So I feel if you're hairless, this isn't even an issue. But if you're a yeti, like there should be a really hairy creature in the. There it is. This episode is an episode you're going to want to see. Okay, so we're going to talk about the ins and outs, and we're going to get your opinion, kids at home, on what you think is crucial and important when it comes to manscaping. So your take is you're for manscaping. I am too. But part of me, I guess the liberal-minded part of me is sort of like, yeah, but at the same time, shouldn't we all just be allowed to be ourselves and, get out there and do what we want? So if you had to choose though, Briannah, and I am asking you specifically because you're the only female present, do you like a super hairless dude, or do you not mind hair as long as it's maintained? Or do you not care?
I think it's all, it comes down to your personal preference. But for me, I prefer, just maybe a little bit of hair, but show that you've actually, taken your partner into consideration and yourself, that you're taking care of yourself a little bit. And if there is, it's like a garden, right?
Yeah.
If it's all overgrown and full of weeds, it doesn't look nice. But if it's, it still looks natural, but it's trimmed and it's well kept, then it's fun for everyone.
You don't want the guy to get naked and you be like, who fired the gardener?
Yeah, seriously, who fired the gardener?
Who fired the gardener, dude? Did you fire the gardener? Because maybe
Maybe you shouldn't have fired
hire him or her back.
Maybe
and
you
get
shouldn't have.
some trimming. So let's start with there it is. That's a beautiful image. Those are shiny plums.
Yeah.
Those are some shiny warthog plums. The first one is, let's start with the plums. The tackle, okay? The eagle's nest, the nether region. And that's what the question is about today. How short do you go? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you should ever take a straight razor to your undercarriage. Like I think electric clipper always and only, and like make sure you have either at least number, don't go shorter than like the 1. Don't take that number 1 off at least. You can go short, but
Just be safe. And honestly, I think the most important thing, we were actually discussing this earlier, be sober when you're manscaping.
I actually have a story. Briannah says be sober while you're manscaping because I have a story where I had a date and I at home decided to have a few gin tonics before the event.
Get a little warmed up.
Get warmed up.
Get it warmed up.
A little pregame chug-a-lug. And then I was like, you know what? I forgot to manscape my undercarriage, my tackle, my plums. And so I got down there, and I was kind of hurrying because I was in a hurry now. I hadn't really planned properly. And I didn't keep everything as tight as it could have been. You got a lot of loose skin down there. You want to keep it snug and tight, like a tent or like a military mattress. You can want to bounce a quarter off it. And I nicked myself in the right under where the reach the right where the sack.
So just
meets
not
the,
a very safe situation.
Not great. And you know what? There was not a lot of hair, and then a glaring, like pretty bad, like cut that was small enough that it didn't look like a cut. It just looked like a red inflamed area. I'm just like, there's no way.
So did you cancel your date?
I didn't cancel my date. I went on it. Nothing ended up happening. I think it was a chill vibe. We weren't really feeling our vibe. It was sort of like, oh, nice meeting you. I wasn't really feeling it. So nothing happened anyway. But I mean, it would have been awkward had she got down there and there was like a wound, like a glaring, festering wound on my fucking saggy bag, on my brain bag. It would have been a nightmare. So please, don't drink and shave. Don't drink and trim, guys. Please, don't drink and manscape. And ladies out there, I'm curious. You know what? I want to know what the kids are saying. What are your thoughts on this? I want to go to this video and see what the kids are saying out there. I want to know what the kids are saying. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this? I want to go to this video and see. Here we go. What the kids are saying out there. Okay. This is interesting. Shazad Khalid. I'm actually going to mute this if I can. It's mine. I'm like, this is Inception next level meta. Like I can't, I'm hearing my voice twice. It's so fucked up. Shazad Khalid says, go by your partner's choice if you have one. I mean, I hear you, Shazad. I do. It's just that you can't always let your partner dictate your hairstyle, your clothing style, your grooming style. I mean, yes, when it comes to intimacy, you want to, but if some girl was like, I need you to have a fully clean, shaven scrotum and tackle area, I'd be like, well, that's going to look like a post-op dog that just got his testicles removed because the rest of me is hairy. I can't go hairy, hairless, and then hairy again.
Like I said before, it's pretty much all about compromise and discussing it. Just be like, okay, is there a reason why you like it to be clean-shaven like a kid? Or do you like a little bit of body hair? Maybe you actually prefer to go clean-shaven. They're like, you know what? I like a little bit of peach fuzz. I like a little bit. Yeah. Maybe you should, skip the razor on a couple of days. A
little fuzz is nice. I think you want to look like you are pubescent. I think that's a good look.
I think, that's a big part of it.
You want to look like you're pubescent. Joseph Edward Conant III, it's quite a handle there, Joey, says, been scaping since I was 12 when I accidentally walked in on my mother in the bathroom. LOL. That is a nightmare, I suppose.
A little bit.
But why did that start you from scaping? Been scaping since I was 12 when I accidentally walked into my mother in the bathroom. I don't understand the correlation. You decided to start shaving when you saw your mother semi-nude doing things in the bathroom? I'm going to leave that there.
We're just going to put that back on the shelf.
Let's see here. Yeah. This is interesting. Some women, Rick Lawson says, some women like hair, some don't. Some like a lot, some like a little. Yeah, that's pretty much what that's what it comes down to. It's great. Howard Winter says, my girlfriend says she gets a kiss and her teeth brushed at the same time and cookie dusted. Howard, what the hell is wrong with you? Come on, buddy. We like it. Let's see here. Muad Ben Taher says, your beard is funny. Thank you. I grew it for comedy specifically. Let's see. Misty McLean likes a big bush all the way. That's a joke?
Some people are into it.
Not making it up. Yeah.
Yep. I saw that too.
Laura Vieira wants to see us getting waxed straight up. Laura, I appreciate that. I feel like that's been done a little bit. The waxing's been done.
Oh yeah.
We might do it one day. I certainly have enough surface area to get waxed. I feel like you would have less of an issue. You seem like a pretty hairless creature. What are your thoughts? We're going to go down the body. We're just going to... Areas on a man. I'm going to name areas on a man.
Okay.
I want you guys to think about it at home. I'm going to name things. We talked about the balls. You do a little trimming. You ask your partner what you want, what they want, and then you keep it reasonable. You don't want to go too short. You don't want to go with a straight razor. You want to do it sober, and you want to keep the clipper at a safe distance and keep your skin taut. Chest area, waxed, shaved, a little hair, no hair. What are your thoughts?
I think it's nice for a guy to have a little bit of chest hair.
A little fuzz?
It's manly.
A little fur?
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. There's some. Got a little fur going on.
I used to have more. You can't see all the fur that I have there because some of it is salt and pepper now.
I really feel like it depends on your look what you can rock. If you're pretty like clean cut and clean shaven up top, it might look a little bit awkward to have a little bit of extra chest hair. If your hair on your chest is longer than the hair on your head, it's like a little bit weird.
That's true. I guess if you have like that military look where you're like clean shaven, buzz cut, and you're like military dude, and then you have like crazy shag. there's an imbalance there. So you want
Yeah.
to keep it uniform. That's how I feel. I feel like I don't want to look like werewolf and then like nothing because it looks like someone just dipped
just
my
looks
head in a
imbalanced.
Brillo pad.
Yeah.
Okay. Armpits. Men, shaving, not shaving your armpits. What do you think? Yes or no?
Definitely not clean shaven.
Let's see. Not clean shaven?
I don't think so.
Trimmed short?
Not trim short, but like if there's a bit of a forest going on in there, like a little snip snip. Like if it looks long enough to be braided, might not be cool.
Okay, so just coming in for the comments here, guys. Thanks for commenting. We love it. Jorge Antonio Ramos says, this is America. Everyone has a choice, a personal preference. Geez, absolutely, Jorge.
Totally.
110%. That's what we're talking about. We just want to know what people's preferences are. Thank you for chiming in. D. Virgo says, shaved all the way.
Even the armpits?
I think that was for a chest. I think that's a delayed one. That was for the chest. Micah J. Busto says, thank you, Briannah D. Love my chest hair. Micah loves his chest hair. It's just like, it's great.
We love your chest hair too.
We all love your chest hair.
As long as you can rock it, go for it.
Hey, man. Jemima Lola Christodoulou. I'm sorry, I massacred your name. I apologize. I think it's Christodoulou. Peace. And personally, not a fan of hair stuck in my throat. Do you know when a dog haps up its food? That's what I feel like I'm doing. Fair enough. You like hairless. So, are you suggesting, Jemima, that you like fully hairless, like a child, like a dolphin?
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Let's keep going down the list. What's the next on the list?
Okay, so I think that the next guy, we covered armpits. I just want to get people's thoughts on armpits. Armpits, shave, not shave, trim?
Trim. I think the general consensus is trim.
Tammy Harrison, for goodness sakes, don't do bald pits.
I agree.
Okay, now flip it. For women, the bald pits are kind of the norm now.
Yeah, I think you know what? It just looks better when you got it all shaved off.
I feel that too. I wonder if I met a really cool girl who was like maybe more European, liberal hippie, and then she had like a bushy pit. Could I get past it? Would I be cool with it? If she was cool, maybe I could. I feel like I could.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I actually know a few chicks that are totally against shaving their legs, shaving their armpits, and they.
It happens.
You know, it's something that you get used to. It's an acquired taste, I guess, but some people do it.
My rule
People are doing it.
My rule of thumb, in general, is the girl has to be less hairy than I am. That's really.
I think that's a really good rule
That's
of
it.
thumb.
I just want you to be
think
less hairy than I am.
yeah.
That's all that comes. That's really all I care about. Are you less hairy than I am? Great. Sold. Perfect. Done. Let's see here. Karen Wimberly wants me to trim my beard. Well, I will one day, Karen, but I'll do it on my terms. But thank you for your comments. If you send me a nice pair of scissors, or maybe you can suggest a length, maybe I can trim that for you one day. Let's see here. Josh Davis, body hair isn't feminine. Agree, Josh. It is not feminine whatsoever.
I agree.
It's not, but it's human. It is human.
Hey, it's all natural.
You know what
right?
I mean? Like
It's all
everybody
natural.
has the hair. You know, what are you going to do? Well, ladies grow hair in various places. Legs, armpits, nether regions.
Sometimes
love
mustache.
nest.
Sometimes a woman's got a little bit of a stash going on.
Little stash.
Stash.
Stash happens. Definitely stash happens. Let's see here. Going down. Oh, Karen says I'm cute. Karen, thank you, Karen. With or without the trimmed beard? Are you like, is the beard a deal breaker? I'm curious. Let's see here. Oh, Gagsy Pants Wazo Wub says girls are born with hair. It's clearly very feminine. This is exactly what I'm saying. It's a human problem.
It is a human problem.
Which is why we're talking about it, because we, of course, are humans, and we want to know what other humans in the interwebs are thinking. Okay, so armpit hair. On women, the consensus is remove.
Oh yeah.
On men, you can trim it if you want.
Trim
or
it down a
remove
little bit.
if you want.
Keep the garden under control.
I've never trimmed my armpit hair. I just kind of, it's a good length. It's not too crazy. I just keep it as is. I would try it one day. I'd be worried it wouldn't grow back, though. The back. The back, folks. This is a big one. There it is. Look at that dude. That guy's running.
He is wearing a fur vest.
I think it's a Russian scene, and he's running through the Russian
He really doesn't need a
cityscape.
coat.
He's fine. He's carrying his coat because he's too hot now.
Yeah.
Because his man coat has kept him more than warm enough.
Yeah.
Clearly.
He's working up quite the sweat.
For sure he
Quite the
is.
sweat.
Nice, a sweaty hair, a sweaty hairy back. You like that? You into that?
I don't know if I'm into it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm into it.
It's not a great look. It's not a great look. And no judgment. I mean, I'm a hairy creature. I manscape. I take care of that. Do what you got to do. Do what you're comfortable with. Part of me is like, you know what? We should just all love how we are and how humans are. But that's not the reality. We all wear clothes and trim and manscape accordingly based on societal norms and typically what your opposite, your partner, a potential partner might want. These are things that we... So I think for men... you at least got to trim it. I mean, I've done waxing, I've done Nair, I've done.
Yeah, there's some easier ways. Veet and Nair are very, very easy ways to remove unwanted back hair instead of going with a razor and it's tedious and you have to do it every couple of days. Nair and Veet work very, very well.
It does work
and
very
it's
well.
painless.
Super painless.
You can't nick yourself up. Be careful if you have sensitive skin because that could go wrong.
Yeah, Nair
very, very wrong.
Very wrong because essentially it's a chemical burn. It's a chemical burn that's burning your hair off. It can burn your skin just like it's burning your hair off. You got to be careful. I've done it. It's never had a problem. I've had a major problem with waxing, oddly enough.
Yep.
Really bad. I guess I have really coarse, kind of deep hair, and then I get really bad irritations, and then I just end up with an irritated back, so it looks like I have back knee, which is way grosser than any kind of fucking body hair. I want your thoughts, kids at home. Back hair. Yes or no? Can you handle it? Is it a deal breaker? Should the guy get waxed? Should you shave it? Trim it? Please go. I have a feeling I know resoundingly it's going to be like don't fucking do it.
Hard no.
Yeah, hard no for back hair. Definitely wax that stuff off your back.
Oh, this is interesting. Bert McQueen said nose hair, ear hair, it's gotta go.
Nose hair, ear hair, absolutely. You gotta trim that
I think
stuff.
so as well. I really agree, and that's a very interesting point because a little bit of facial hair is okay, but not when it's like growing out of things that it shouldn't be growing.
I agree. Good call. You gotta get in there. You gotta trim that nostril.
Or if it's like obstructing your airways or your. You
don't want that. You don't want that. And you don't want your nose hair to get tangled with your mustache hair.
It's just not a good look.
It's not a good look.
Not a good look.
Not a good look. Let's see here. Unibrow. Greg Foster says unibrow. Yeah, you got to get in there. I've never had an issue, thankfully. The brows have never been trimmed. I have to cut them sometimes because they get long, like caterpillars. That's it. I don't have to shape them. I just have to make sure they don't get super long. But that's interesting. The back. I think most people. D Virgo says guys and females should have no hair below their chin. Wow. So below the chin, hairless all the way down. I don't know. I don't know if I can get there, D. I don't know if I'm on the same page with you. Let's see here. The guy in the back has got more hair in the back than up him. I don't know what that means. Siddharth says, nose hair coming out to say hello. Absolute no. Siddharth, 110% there with you, man. Like that is not a good look. Let's see here. Back hair. Someone just tossing out Wolverine. He's probably talking about you.
Yeah, probably.
Jeremy Gilbert says, Briannah is more cute, but you are definitely handsome. Your hair belongs to you, so you do what you're comfortable with. Jeremy, you charmer, you.
What a sweetheart. They're being nice to us today.
You're such a sweetheart, Jeremy. Look at this guy. You guys are great. Jeff Reynolds says, if your eyebrows are out of control, wax or trim them. Jeffy, I agree. You got to, you know what it comes down to? A person who takes care of their appearance is going to garner respect. If you look like you didn't care, like you just climbed out of bed and whatever is whatever, people are going to notice that.
It's kind of a reflection on who you are as a person.
Absolutely.
If you look like you woke up and you're like, you know what, I looked at myself in the mirror today and I want to make myself as presentable as possible. I think that's what's important. You don't have to shave like crazy. You don't have to do anything excessive. Just make yourself look presentable because you want who you are on the outside to essentially reflect who you are on the inside and what you have to offer.
110%.
Because a lot of people in this world are quite horrible and they do judge a book by its cover.
You judgmental SOBs. I'm kidding. Most of you are lovely.
Yeah.
Interesting comments, though. Armin L. Hompler Lecia says, clearly this guy is not the poster child for manscaping. Incorrect, sir. In fact, there is so much manscaping that goes on at all times. The beard has to stay trimmed. The eyebrows I mentioned stay trimmed. The chesticle region.
The nose hair.
The ear hair. The whole suit. There's so much manscaping going on. This is controlled, just so you know. So I am, in fact, the poster boy for manscaping. Just because I'm not clean shaven doesn't mean I don't take care of the fursuit.
And I think that's quite a common misconception is people with a lot of facial hair or like who have longer hair don't manscape, but a lot of them do.
Absolutely. And Armin says, how about the back hair? Absolutely. I'd manage the back hair, man. You gotta I don't like the look of it. You know what I mean? Personally, I don't think a lot of people do.
No, it just looks like it's not meant to be there.
You gotta keep it, at the very least, keep it trim, keep it short so it's not like, you don't want you don't want any hair puffing out your clothes. You just I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that. Oxford Haney asked an interesting question. What about forearm hair? I know a lot of people who have tattoos, like full sleeve tattoos, and they shave their hair off just to make the tattoo. So I'm cool with that. Like it's what are you comfortable with? What do you want to do? What are you willing to wax or shave off your body?
What looks good on you?
Yeah. I think if you want to take your arm hair off, you don't like it, take it off.
And I think that it's different because a lot of people with fair skin and like lighter hair have blonder hair and it doesn't show as much, or even some blondes have, darker body hair. So if you have very, very blonde hair, it doesn't look as it's not as shocking. It doesn't really catch the eye as much until, a little sun glistens on it. But
yeah, a little sun is nice. Actually, someone gave us a nice life hack here. Justin Rattery says, life hack 101, shave your package, tan it, oil it, and boom! And now it's twice as big. Thumbs up emoji, sunglasses emoji, thumbs up emoji, you're welcome. I guess a little trim tan and oil is not a bad idea. A little sun never hurt anybody.
A little vitamin D.
Keep it. You don't want to go crazy with the sun because it can cause skin problems and it can age you. So be careful out there in the sun. But a little sun is not going to hurt anyone. Let's see here. There's always the back blade for the back hair. This is by Rob Christopher. There's always the back blade for back hair. I don't know what the back blade is, Chris, or Rob rather. Please tell us. Please share that. If you have more information on the back blade, I want to know, and I'm sure there's a lot of hairy dudes out there, a lot of hirsute individuals who want to know more. Let's see here. Corey Beck says, I'm into manscaping, but in the nether regions, I pull it out. You pull it out?
Okay, hold on. You're talking about plucking?
Plucking or
waxing? Or are you talking, there's also epilating.
Yeah.
Which is this I know a lot of girls who do it because they swear that it lasts longer without, the chemicals of wax or whatever's in the wax.
What's epilating?
It's just it's basically tearing out multiple, follicles of hair at once. But without the wax, it's more like plucking. So it's just this thing that rolls down or rolls upwards rather, because you go against the grain, and it just pulls out a lot of your hair.
Huh. Interesting.
Epilating.
I wouldn't recommend waxing or pulling hair out in the nether region unless you have 3, which means you're probably 11 or 12.
And a lot of women also swear by threading, which is this, Middle Eastern tradition where they you almost it looks like a cat's cradle, and they just twist it around and they kind of just twirls up and waxes everything in between the string.
Interesting. I'm going to give you the phone because Ronald Detroit says, give her the phone to read the comments. So he wants you to read some comments for a bit. That's amazing. Okay. But Norman Patton, before he said that, I wanted to read that one. My girl...
So my girl says she likes my chest hair, but I don't believe her.
So Norman says, his girlfriend says she likes the chest hair, but he's not buying it. I mean... I think what it comes down to is that we've come to a place in society where you see models, all the male models are super hairless all the time. It's not like the 70s when shag and virility was very, very cool. It was de rigueur, as they say.
Exactly. It was all go with the flow, supernatural, very hippy dippy kind of.
And now we have a disgust against body hair, aside from beards, if you're some kind of hipster. We're kind of disgusted by body hair. So we even don't believe and be like, it's fine, it doesn't bother me, I don't mind your body hair. Guys are like, no, I don't buy it, I'm going to take it off.
Yeah.
So this is where this whole topic is very interesting. So I love getting your thoughts.
Okay, so Siddharth Pawa says, maintenance of the human vehicle is essential. It's totally how you carry yourself. Be with it or without hair, you got to check what exactly suits you and also comforts you. And I totally agree. Like we've said a billion times throughout the episode, it's all about how you carry yourself. It's all about what you feel looks good on you and what is a depiction of who you are as an individual. If you're a hairy guy, own the fact that you're a hairy guy. If you want to rock it, then rock it.
Absolutely. I have a question. Do we ever think that hairy, that virile kind of 70s look, will that ever be cool again? Will that ever be oh yeah, just rock, go natural, go I know that long hair is back and beard's been back for a bit, but will the long, just shaggy body hair, will women have there was the 70s bush is a really
but keep in mind that people were also on a lot of drugs during this period of time.
But I don't know if that was related.
Maybe not. Maybe there is or there isn't a correlation between excessive body hair and just letting everything go free.
And psychedelics. And a lot of natural bush.
A lot of natural bush.
Guys, do you have any more thoughts, comments? I want to hear what you're saying, what you're thinking. What's going on out there? Bree, what are they thinking?
Let's see. I don't know yet. They're kind of trying to take in everything that we're saying, I guess.
So I think that if you're going to manscape, I think the main rule of thumb, if I can help, being someone who obviously has had to deal with this for many years now, get yourself a decent trimmer, a clipper. A regular hair clipper is fine. Make sure that it's well oiled. You want a well oiled machine. Splurge a little bit. Get a little higher end machine. Don't buy a cheapy one. It's going to jam up on you and probably pull your hair out. Don't shave when you're drunk.
Nope. It's just a no-no.
If you're in anywhere you want to shave, you want to make sure that skin is tight and you're not getting loose skin, especially down here below the equator. You definitely want to make sure all that loose skin is nice and tight before you get in there. And
I also think that like a big, tip is to know what type of skin that you have. If you have sensitive skin, make sure that you're buying products that aren't going to irritate your skin, especially because in most of these areas that we are manscaping, or that you guys are manscaping, because I'm definitely not a man, but maybe, I don't know, the skin is actually a lot more sensitive. So make sure that you're not, causing yourself any extra irritation. There's great products that are out there for more sensitive skin. Things without fragrance are, better for the downstairs region as well.
Anything you shave, you're going to want to use some lotion. I'm talking about straight razor now. If you're using a straight razor, a blade to skin, you can't go in cold, you can't go in dry.
No.
You want it a little moisture, a little lotion. There's some excellent shaving creams, but even shaving creams are a little passé. You want like a nice semi-solid cream.
Almost like a balm, like the consistency of a conditioner. Anything like that is really, really good.
And there are tons of great products. I mean, we can't name any actual specific brands, but we can. I'm going to put an article in the comments section that's going to let you know. It's from AskMen. Let you know exactly what you want to be using if you're going shaving your actual skin. That goes for beard, chest, everything. For manscaping, a trimmer, an electric trimmer is the way to go with a clip on it, so you're not going razor directly to skin. And go slowly. Take your time. It's not a race. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Be sure that you're thinking about it. Women have been removing their hair forever, always. It's just a common thing, and now men are realizing. There she is, and men are realizing that now this. You told me that women sometimes do this.
So now that I know most of you guys aren't probably looking at beauty bloggers because that's just not our audience. But there's this trend going on now in the makeup world that girls are actually, who don't have very much hair on their face, we have a little bit of peach fuzz because it's kind of like the skin that you have on your ear.
Yeah.
There's a bit of, it feels a little bit like a peach.
Baby fuzz.
But we have that usually on our face, these teeny tiny little hairs, and women are actually shaving their face when they don't need to make it a lot smoother, to make their creams, soak in and their makeup stick on their face longer. I don't know if it actually works, but it's just this trend that's going on now in the beauty world.
I feel that, listen, if you're a woman out there and you're shaving just for the makeup purposes, you don't really have a beard, you're shaving off your peach fuzz to make the makeup, I feel like your peach fuzz is going to grow back thicker. I feel like you're cutting off, because hair essentially grows like a cone, like a tree, like the tip of a tree is always pointier and then it gets thicker at the base. Once you cut off that branch or that trunk, what grows back is going to be a cylinder. It's not going to be a cone anymore. So it's going to look thicker. So over time, yes, your hair will look thicker and thicker. FYI, ladies, if you're out there shaving, you're going to cause some hair problems, I think, maybe. If you don't already have. Some women have a little mustache.
Have you ever heard of that? There was this trend going on about 10 years ago about parents with newborns that were actually shaving their babies' heads for the first 6 months to actually make their hair
to stimulate growth,
supposedly grow back thicker. But I'm not. Well, it's obvious. Who knows? The validity behind that. But it was something that was happening because people actually said, you know what? I'm thinking about 20, 30, 40 years down the line, and I want my child to be blessed with a thicker head of hair.
I'm pretty sure my parents shaved my entire body repeatedly then.
They wanted a wolf, not a man.
They got one.
They got a wolf.
They got one. On that note, guys, thanks so much for joining us today. We love your comments, your thoughts, your ideas. Is there anything interesting that we should add before people singing?
People are saying, maybe. Thank you.
Here, let's do this.
Now I know. Now that I know the code to your diary.
We're gonna see if there's any more questions. The kids at home. Give me 2 seconds here. We're gonna jump in.
A lot of people are saying that epilating is the way to go. Even, especially, I was reading the comments that it hurts the first time, but by the second time, you're over it.
Okay, so here's the most recent note is from Hugo Alejandro Gutierrez Villaseñor. I tried my best. I apologize. I am a white male. Obviously, women do landscaping. That's how I've been thinking about manscaping. That's how every guy that wants to get rid of his hair goes at first resource, women's stuff for hair. Then you realize that there's a lot of products also for men. And there are, Hugo. You're absolutely right. There's tons of products out there. Walk down almost any pharmacy aisle that has the razors. Go to your pharmacist. Go online. We're going to send you some articles. Go to AskMen. Look what's on there. We're going to actually give you some articles about full body manscaping, about what to know when you're shaving your balls straight up, and also what people tend to prefer. The consensus is that back hair is... it's
out of style.
Oh, hold on.
It's a big no-no.
Garth Rahman wants tips on your beard. How do you maintain it? a regular trim, like anything else. Keep the shape nice. Depends if you want a longer beard. I say find a good barber who knows what they're doing. Someone who does beards, not a barber who shaves. I mean, most decent barbers can cut a beard the same way they can give you a nice clean shave. Find a decent barber in your area. If not, I'll drop in a how to trim your own beard video that we did a couple of months back. And it's from an actual barber who gives you the exact tools you need to trim your own beard. You essentially need a comb and a decent electric clipper that's been oiled. And that's it. Maybe a mirror. That would help. You got to see what you're doing. But absolutely, man. Tina Marie says, I kind of just want to hug your beard, Mark. Tina, if you were here, I'd let you. I'd let you hug my beard because you asked. Let's see here. Kevin Teles says, nice beard, dude. Free the Clippers and Mach 3, Eric Gibbs. And I think, what about when women have face hair? That's Simanur Simsek. What about when women have face hair? Bree, what are your like when and you don't really have like
I don't.
I can attest that I'm beside Bree right now. She's very.
I'm actually half Italian, so I'm pretty surprised. I don't get a lot of face. I'm a pretty hairless person on my face. I am blessed, but I know a lot of my girlfriends who actually are Italian or Greek, who are a bit more Mediterranean or Middle Eastern, do get a bit of facial hair, even like a bit of hair on their chin.
What do they do?
They just a lot of girls, different strokes. Again, a lot of girls do laser.
Okay.
But it's the more expensive option.
Right.
Some girls with a little bit pluck, and then others wax.
Yep. So pluck, wax, laser. Again, avoid shaving, ladies. It's going to make your hair grow back thicker.
I just wouldn't shave.
I wouldn't do it.
Your face unless you're a guy.
It's also hard on your skin. I mean, but apparently, men who shave because of that active stretching and shaving the skin actually helps reduce wrinkles over time because you're kind of doing what they call face yoga. Have you ever heard of face yoga, where you like stretch things out and like you stretch out your neck, and like it's a real thing apparently that older, wealthy white women do, I think. Which of course I am, an older, wealthy white woman. Thank you so much for joining us. I want you guys to also think about laser hair removal, if that's a thing for you. It's super expensive, as you mentioned.
It's very expensive,
And for larger surface areas like legs for women and back for men or chest for men, you can get up there. Like it's like you're talking about 2Gs, 3Gs sometimes, depending on where you go.
Yep.
So you got to save up and do that. And also, I just don't know how about feel putting a laser on my skin. I feel like my body wasn't designed to be lasered in any way. That's just me. I'm old-fashioned. Call me a purist. What are you going to do? I think that's the time we have. Do you have anything else to add, Brianna?
Not really. Just be safe. Practice safe trimming, and just rock whatever you got. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, just rock it, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Listen to your ticker. What does your heart want? Be who you want to be. Listen to society. You want to play ball to some extent, or maybe you just want to be you and rock your hairy wolf-like self, which is totally okay. You got to love yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Come back on Wednesday. We're going to be talking about how to give oral sex properly with Dr. Emily Morse, who's a massive sex and dating guru. She knows a hell of a bunch of stuff about love and dating and sex. We're going to focus on the sex, specifically oral sex. So it's going to be Oral Sex 101 this Wednesday. Come back. Your girlfriends will thank you. We're even going to maybe have a little segment in there for your girlfriends to help her giving oral sex. So the whole 69 situation gets sorted out for you guys at home. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark.
And I'm Brianna.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next time on Wednesday.